I'm going to walk you through making a budget-friendly sign that you can use for weddings, you can use for events, just anywhere you'd like to make a sign. This is going on a 36 by 24 plastic corrugated backing, and I'm using craft foam for the lettering. So I programmed my Xtool P2 to cut the craft foam and got everything measured out and proportioned the way I want it. And I'm using tacky glue to put on the back of the craft foam here. And I taped the front of the craft foam so it'll stay in for when I flip it over and everything. And so then all I have to do is line it up for my placement on the white backing. This is a budget-friendly sign because I picked up a whole bunch of craft foam for $6.49 at Hobby Lobby, and I picked up the plastic corrugated at Home Depot for $8.65. So I leave everything in there. That one piece wanted to pop out. I leave everything in there too, and maybe I didn't tape this one, but I taped the letters. I did tape it a little bit, but you can always pop in the pieces, and then that way they are proportioned just the way you wanted it. I had somebody send me the logo that they wanted to use, and they needed a budget-friendly sign. Like I said, this sign is budget-friendly, and it looks great. I have $17 max in it, plus some time. So watch, follow along so you can make one for yourself for any event that you're needing to have signage for. And again, this was a larger sign, so you can do this for table numbers. You can do this really for anything that you might need a sign for. So follow along to see how to make a sign that would suit for you. Also, please like, comment, and share if you like videos like this. And if you would have any questions, please just leave a comment and I will get back to answering you. The thing that took the longest was getting everything measured out, and I was so thankful to have an extra hand of my husband and also helping with getting everything scaled the way we want it scaled and positioned in there. Painter's tape is also a friend when doing this project because it'll just peel off and not leave any markings or stickiness behind. Here I am adding tacky glue to the design part on the back side that will then be adhered to the corrugated plastic backing. And this is a tacky glue. This piece is going to come out anyway, so instead of having a mess with glue dropping everywhere, I went ahead and took it out because it's going to be easier to place it back in there than clean up excess glue all over the board. So we're just going to line this up to where I wanted it to be and press it down and make sure everything is still lined up, and then we'll peel back the excess foam, and then we're going to end up putting some weight on it and letting it dry for a few hours. I'm reusing the tape. Since the tape has a straight edge on both sides, I'm trying to then just figure out my markings of where I'm going to put the lettering, but we ended up changing it anyway, so that bottom tape doesn't mean anything. Now I'm going to peel back the excess foam, revealing the logo. Add a little weight, and now cutting the letters and measuring it out, figuring out where needs to go where and what needs to do what, and making sure that we have everything centered appropriately. Here is the best tip I have for you. We taped the top pieces of foam to the board, so then all we have to do once we had it all measured out was to flip it up and put the glue on the letters and then flip it back down. And then peel the excess foam out around the letters, and everything remained straight. So tape the top part of your foam down, and then you can flip it down to where it was lined up, and then peel back the excess foam. And then we'll add weight to this as well. I put silicone mats over the lettering before we put the blocks of wood on, just in case there was any glue that seeped out. I didn't figure it would stick to the silicone, and here is the final results after I peel off all the tape. When we save them so much money.